Another brick fan here with a look at a Harry Potter 2018 set. This is Hogwarts Whomping Willow. This is set number 75953, was released in August 2018, has 753 pieces, 6 minifigures, and cost about $70 when it was released. We'll get to the minifigures in just a minute, but let's take a look at the main build first. As you can see, the main build is part of the Hogwarts Castle. It's modular, of course, and has the 2 sections on the end, here and here, are connected to the main body using Technic pins so they can come off and be rearranged. And you can also see that there are pins here on the side which allow it to connect to other sets as well. The color scheme is very good. I like the light brown or tan color, and then the nougat accents in there make for a very good design. These scalloped pieces here look really nice, and then there's some little details on top as well. Like many LEGO sets, this is done in kind of a dollhouse style, so you have the camera facing angle here, and then on the back there are different scenes inside of it. So let's go ahead and zoom into some of the other sections of the castle from behind. We'll start over here. This is Snape's office, and you can see that there's a spell card in there, a lamp, then a ink pot, it looks like. There's also some tools in the barrel, and then if you look behind there, you can also see some potions back in there. They have the nice lamp pieces along the sides. As we move across, you see there's this nice gangway here that's over the little opening that allows for vehicles to move inside the castle. What I really like about this little gangway or this little platform up here is that it is wide enough to put a minifigure on, as you can see. So it gives them enough room to position minifigures up there or to walk along this little area, which I think is a nice touch. Here on the bottom floor of the tower, you can see a potions area with a bunch of different potions there on the shelves in the background. Moving up a little bit, we have the Gryffindor bunk room with the Gryffindor sleeping area. So this is Harry and Ron's beds here. I like this new bed design. The way it's done is very nice, with the little T-shaped piece on the bottom that keeps the minifigures in place, and then the slopes for the pillows, and then red for the blankets. Looking in the back there, you see a sticker for the Gryffindor banner, and then one of those new candle pieces in the back. Moving up to the top of the tower, you see the owlry. And this is where the owls are kept, and there's the Hedwig figure there up on a post, and then you can also see a white tile there that represents a blank piece of paper, and then the quill back in there with one of those clear ink well pieces. So a very, very nice little representation of the owlry. And then finally, we have the rest of the potions class. So you can see some cauldrons there in the front. Again, a few more potions and things in the back. I like how they have added in these lights here on the sides as well. So lots of nice little details. But again, this really focuses on the potions area of the castle from the back here. So you see Snape's office on one side, and then the other 2 sections on the other side are the actual potions classroom itself. There are two more major pieces in this build. One being the Whomping Willow itself, and the other is the car that Harry and Ron took to get to Hogwarts in their 2nd year. There is a slight action feature here. If you turn this section here, it rotates the Whomping Willow along the top. There is an awful lot of articulation available with a Whomping Willow. So each of the arms are on ball joints, so they move around quite freely. These little elephant tusks are used to indicate branches. Those will move around to position it. There's some extra detailing here with some vegetation pieces, some flower pieces in green. My problem with these is they pop off really easily, so these tend to fall off quite a lot. Looking a little closer at the tree. You see there's some sticker in here to give it some wood detail. There is a play feature here with a small opening here, and then it is open on the bottom. So as you recall, there is a tunnel underneath the Whomping Willow that goes to the Shrieking Shack. So you can use this as the play feature for that. Overall, a pretty nice tree design. Lots of little details all the way around. A little bit of Technic you can see here, but nothing too seriously bad. I mean, I like how these other branches go up, these other pieces go up indicating branches and some extra stuff. And then the play feature is kind of nice. You can move the branches around and get a real nice rotational play feature out of it. The car is done really nicely. I like the color scheme. It does have this white stripe that goes along, and then the printing here on the door doesn't quite match that white. It's a little bit faded, so again, LEGO kind of struggles with printing light colors on a darker background. But I like the detailing in the front with the grille, the headlights. They of course have a small license plate on there. The side mirrors look really good. The doors open up. Now if you can see inside here, you'll see that even though it is a 6 wide car build, there is not room for 2 figures to sit side by side because of the use of these black pieces. Now you can get 2 figures in the car, but they have to be sitting back to back. So you put one here and one here. And with Harry and Ron, they both have the short legs. So you can just put them into the car like this. And they can be back to back. Or they can be right one behind the other in line. Lastly, there is a trunk, which you can put a couple of suitcases into. So I think that is nice and functional and works really well. There's taillights and blinkers and stuff in the back as well. Let's take a look at the minifigures now. As I mentioned in the beginning, there are 6 minifigures that come with this set. They include Harry Potter, Ron Weasley, Hermione Granger, Seamus Finnegan, Severus Snape, and Argus Filch. We're going to start with Harry and Ron. I like these two because they're in their traveling clothes. Normally you see these figures in their Hogwarts uniforms, but this is nice to see them in a different color scheme. So Harry's wearing a red quilted jacket over a blue shirt, and Ron is wearing a tan sweater over a red shirt. I like the prints on both of these. I think they're very nice. I like the little detailing on Ron and using the white stripes on this sweater. Both hair pieces are very common to these figures. And you see Harry's part there that shows off his scar and his kind of messy black hair. As we move around the figures, there's no printing on the sides. You notice they do have the short legs, which is appropriate since this is year 2 at Hogwarts. As you can see, the printing on the backs follow the same patterns that were on the front. So very nicely done. Each figure has an alternate expression. Here's Harry in a more frightened expression and Ron in a frightened expression as well. Both these figures have these nice alternate expressions that go with the characters. Let's move on to the next 2. Here we have Hermione Granger and Seamus Finnegan. They both have the same torso piece, which is the Hogwarts uniform, which is the gray sweater with the yellow and red striping along the bottom. And then they're wearing their yellow and red striped ties for the Gryffindor house. You can see Seamus is carrying the Wingardium Leviosa spell tile. He has the kind of spiky hair, which I think is a very nice hairpiece. I also like Hermione's hairpiece in this dark brown that goes over her shoulders. The backs of the minifigures are very subtle, with a little bit of the ridges around the collar and the base of the sweater, and then of course the Gryffindor colors that go all the way around. Once again, these figures have alternate expressions, so here's Hermione with her sad face, and Seamus with a scared or concerned face as well. Two good additions to this set with these figures, and we'll move on to the next two. The last two minifigures from this set include Professor Snape and Argus Filch. Filch, of course, is the caretaker, and Snape is the potions teacher. Snape is done very nicely in this all black with the purple vest. I like the white detailing that goes down his robes that go down his legs as well. I think that's a very nice touch. I like this new lantern piece you see Mr. Filch carrying. You get it out of the way so we can take a look at the detailing of his suit. He's wearing a long suit, it looks like, that goes down past his waist. You can see the printing on the legs. An olive vest that has a little bit of striping on it, so I like the detailing there. And then, of course, a loosely tied tie around his neck. I really like the hairpiece for Mr. Filch with the kind of comb over on the top. Let me bend him forward here. You can see this comb over on the top, and then the hair around the outside. So a really nice hairpiece for Mr. Filch. Moving around the figures, you see that there is no side printing on either one. And then the back printing just has some striping and a little bit of detailing. There is a button here in the back to kind of gather up Filch's suit jacket. There are alternate expressions. So here's an angry Professor Snape. And this looks like a kind of gleeful Filch. I guess he probably caught some students doing something he didn't like, so now he gets to turn them in or assign a punishment, which seems to be something he really enjoyed throughout the movies. Overall, a very solid collection of minifigures included with the set. Let's go back and I will sum up my thoughts on the entire set. I really like this set, and I like the fact that it comes with the 6 minifigures. The minifigures are all very good. I like Argus Filch and Severus Snape as, you know, the adults in there. All of the students have the short legs, since this is year 2, so that I believe that's appropriate. You have, of course, the main characters in Harry, Ron, and Hermione. And then the addition of Seamus Finnegan was actually a nice touch. The car build is very nice. It looks really good. I think the fact that you have to put the figures one behind the other is a little disappointing. I would have liked to have seen them be able to put 2 side by side. But overall, the look is still very good. The Whomping Willow has some nice action features. You can put the car on the Whomping Willow to look like it was captured, as it was in the movie, because they crashed into it. The spinning is really nice, and then all of the branches articulate very well. The castle section, being modular, is really nice, so that you can move pieces around and arrange it the way you want, which is kind of the idea behind LEGO. Because they made this modular, it can connect to other sets. For example, the Hogwarts Great Hall, which I'll link the review up here as well. So this allows them to create many of these sets over the years, and they will all be able to connect to each other. So I'm very excited to see how they bring the Hogwarts Castle together using multiple sets. Again, the features on the back, including Snape's office and the potions classroom, I think are done quite well. They're small, but they look really good. Lots of little details and colors of potions and different bottles and things that were used. Hope you've enjoyed my thoughts on this set, and I'm going to get started on my next video. Until then, happy building! If If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button. And I've put more of my Harry content up here on the screen. If you'd like to see more of my videos, subscribe to the channel.